is, they know who the gang is. Yeah, on paper, they're a better team.
Right.
They have all the assets and resources that we don't. But let us get on the line, boy, and see if that factors in. I guarantee you it won't.
Wow.
All right, y'all. So today I'm finally reviewing the interview that Jaidyn Alexis had with Adam 22. So let's get into it. I feel like it was a great interview, and I don't feel like she threw any shade or jabs, but that's my opinion. Let's go.
I'm doing all right.
Definitely.
Keeping it pushing.
I've been kind of surprised because it felt like you had so much motion leading up to Blueface getting locked up, and then it kind of felt like you sort of made like a conscious decision to fall back and not keep pushing with the music and stuff like that until the last couple of weeks when you announced the OnlyFans and all this kind of stuff. So take me through that. He gets locked up, and how do things change from your perspective there?
Well, before he got locked up, we broke up. So there was that. So that was like a month before he turned himself in. That I moved out, and it was this whole thing.
Okay. And what led to that? Because that's kind of like the height of your music doing well and everything like that.
I mean, we were engaged, and then he came in with old girl into the house, and that's when that whole live happened.
Okay.
And I just wasn't really feeling. I feel like that just is kind of really super disrespectful. You know, you already had the baby, you already, got all these girls and all that good stuff. So I'm just kind of like, it's a bit much. It kind of stepping on my toes a little bit. So I just made the decision to leave.
Okay.
And we kind of went from there. It was no.
I would have too.
It's not really my speed no more.
Okay, so from my perspective, you were always down for the ride. You were along for the ride.
Yeah.
But then it felt like he started to proactively work with you to blow you up career-wise.
Mm-hmm.
Did that end up giving you the confidence to not really deal with the same amount of bullshit that you were dealing with previously?
No, I mean, I feel like even when we started doing the music, it still was happening that he was stepping out and doing that. I just felt like, if I give you 10 years, and I mean, how much more do you want me to give you? You know what I'm saying? I'm not getting any younger, neither is he. So I kind of was just like, it's not my vibe anymore. So I just was over it.
Do y'all hear that? She said, if I done gave your mother 10 years, what more? So to me, what I took from that was she's saying, okay, it's been a repeated mother effing bullshit action, right? You've been doing the same thing. You come back, you say this, you say that, and then you do the same ish. And I've been telling y'all for the longest, I feel like he pillow talk. I feel like if you're looking at Blueface himself, I feel like dude is a pillow talk type of guy. He feed you whatever the fuck he feel that you want to hear, right? And they buy it each time, right? So I'm very glad that she's like, I'm over this. This ain't what I want. I'm getting too old for this bullshit. So when a woman is waking up, and I can always give her a round of applause for that. Like, girl, stand up. Don't let these men walk over you left, right, and sideways. Even if it did take her 10 years, she did meet him when she was 13. Now, that's a kid. That's a teenager. That's kid. So it kills me when I see so many people give grace to if you're 20 versus if you're 13. I don't understand that. Y'all can help me break that down in the comments for me, because I don't understand that. I really don't. That's a big age gap.
And I mean, it was no hard feelings. I moved out, did my thing, he got me the house. So I was like, hey, for exchange.
It feels like the Jaidyn Alexis who was working in the fish spot wouldn't have had the confidence to make a break for it.
No, I mean, yeah, I mean, I really wanted it to work. I did. And after the engagement, I was like, maybe there was some type of switch in him, but come to find out it wasn't. So I kind of was like, there's not much more there's not anything else that he could do that is me wanting to stay anymore.
Okay.
So I kind of I just left it at that.
Okay. Yeah. Interesting. How much of his bad behavior do you feel like is associated with him being what is it? Is he a sex addict? Is he addicted to just running around, getting into the craziest situations with the craziest, or is it more of a clout and content thing?
I think it's a little bit of both.
Hey guys, my name is
It's definitely both. It's most definitely both.
You know, attention and with money, and he's still young. I mean, I feel like men don't really get that grown man mentality until they're a little bit older.
And they say that you are the person forever that you were when you became famous.
I mean, yeah, I could see. I think he's gotten the more fame and money he got. I think that he just kept running with it.
Right.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm not blaming him. It's hard to turn down. You know, there's always ass in your face and stuff like that. So I mean, like, I mean, I don't blame him for doing that because it's hard to turn it down. But at what expense? I don't want it to be at my expense.
No, it ain't. Baby, it is not hard to turn down no booty. I'm sorry. Like when people be approaching me, I'm serious. First thing in my mind is like, man, what if this mother effer got an S to the T to the D, right? Like, it's not okay to touch everything. And I feel like that's what Blueface do. That's why I don't understand why people be thinking this dude is a win. He's, to me, in my eyes, anybody that touch everything, that ain't no win. Hell, with a bum around your lip, by your nose, by your boot, by your beehole. I ain't want to say booty hole, but yeah, by them clappers back there. Like, no, that's not a flex. And I wish they had more older men, older heads to look up to, but they don't. That's the reality of it. So a lot of people see grown ass people out here giving away the cookies, slanging they sloppy meat everywhere, and they think that's a flex. It's not a flex. That's disgusting as hell. Ugh.
Right, because I say this. I love the guy. I think he's a great dude. But when I was watching the Hollywood Unlocked interview last night, that was a big part of what I was thinking. It was like, holy shit, I would not be able to get away with so much of this. Like there's part of me that I was just thinking like, damn, I wish my girl would just let me just do whatever and just deal with whatever. But at the same time, I did kind of feel bad watching that and seeing like things like the story about him getting some head from old girl right before the baby shower or the gender reveal.
Yeah, when I was pregnant, yeah.
And you basically had to like disinvite her whole side and everything. And like it was the way that he brought it up, and he clearly thought that it was kind of funny. And you just like so did not think it was funny at all. You could just see the pain in your face.
Yeah, that was pretty much just like a slap in the face at that point.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and I'm pregnant, and you wanted this baby. You know what I'm saying? We collabed on this baby, and you were happy for it.
Right.
So, I mean, that kind of threw me for a loop.
Right.
Wasn't the best feeling in the world,
So what we watched play out in that Hollywood Unlocked episode was...
Child, not he asking her for another baby. They make an agreement to have another baby. Then at the baby shower, you got somebody in the bedroom getting you sloppy top. Child, ain't no way. Oh, Lord.
Actually, this building up inside of you of being so frustrated that you were just...
Yeah, I mean, obviously, who likes to be like? I feel like he, does make jokes about it, and I mean, like maybe for him, it's like it's been so long now, but who really gets over stuff like that? It's kind of like, hey, bro, it's not really funny,
right?
It was funny. It was fun for you because you were, getting some top, but like me, I just had to like leave, like what I'm saying, like it's not really bad.
And it's also like I feel like you were playing the role of what you thought that you had to do in order to hold down your newly famous rapper baby daddy, in the sense that you weren't the girl who was saying you are forbidden from going and getting some pussy. You were more like, I'm not going to try to stop things like that I don't think I can stop, but it's a big difference when you're just like throwing it in my face.
Yeah, I think
it's easy to just go and grow in some hotel room and not let it affect your home life for the most part.
Yeah, I think that's more so where the problem was, is that he kind of let it just be so public.
Yeah.
And it's like, I kind of, let him know there's an understanding. You're new to the fame and you're new to this. Like, I'm not, like, there's a way to do it respectfully. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't need to throw it in everyone's face or let everybody know or let females feel like they can disrespect me, because obviously we all know about me. Like, he was letting it be very known I was in the house, so it's kind of like you letting them disrespect me, so in a way you are too.
Right.
You're already going out there and doing it. Like, right. Like you can't meet me in the middle a little bit.
But you.
So what I got from that was they had some type of agreement. Okay, you go do you, I'm gonna do me, but it's a respect level to this thing. Now we never seen people come out of the woods and say, "Oh my God, yeah, Jaidyn, I had that." So I understand what she's saying about that part because Blueface is Blueface, and I feel like you have to like have an understanding. If you got some side pieces, you have to have an understanding. You get what I'm saying? Like, dude, ain't nobody want to look like no clown out here. So I can understand why she kept leaving. But then I feel like Blueface, he want to have his fun. He want to have his cake and eat it too. I do feel like a part of him want to be that family guy, right? But I also feel like Blueface also want to be a hoe. So I feel like it's a combination. You get what I'm saying? That's what I feel. And yeah, like because sis, honestly, it looked it bad. It looked it real bad. And I feel, oh, honey, I really feel for her. Once I started seeing a lot of the back stuff and all the shit she dealt with and put up with, and that's how I knew like he was feeding all these women bullish. But have y'all seen the other ones, like the ones that came out since like he's been locked up? They've been quiet. They wasn't doing all the extra and all the out loud stuff, and you know what I mean? They was quiet for the most part. I like hell, half of them didn't know of until Carlissa put them on her was it her IG stories last year? All right.
You would still probably not love it, but if you found out that he had some side chick that had never came around, had never made the blogs, etc., that's one thing to deal with that.
Yeah. Right.
It's another thing when it's like,
I think a lot of people in Hollywood do that.
Right.
So I think, we don't find out about, a lot of their side people. They kind of just play their role.
Right.
And if I'm playing mine, the least you could do is play yours.
How many conversations were you guys having in terms of like, listen, we're a social media company now, or a couple now, you're like in the media, you're doing the rapper thing, so it's like we have to do crazy shit in order to continue to get attention publicly, or was it just happening and occurring organically?
Yeah, well, I mean, I wasn't, in the beginning, I didn't care about the fame and that. I tried to steer clear of it, but once it got to a point where I couldn't, that's where I was like, I'm kind of, people looking at me crazy, instead of, so it just I wasn't trying to do that anymore.
And even if you're hamming it up for social media and just making shit as ridiculous as possible, it's like, women have pride, and women are going to have a hard time going out and being introduced to people and seeing it in their eye and knowing that they feel like you don't really have self-confidence because you're being treated poorly in the media by the guy you're with, etc. Like, I know that stuff eventually kind of built up.
Yeah, 100%. And it's like, I slept in a car with bro, so it's kind of like, like, I can get a little leeway, like, I can't get a little bit of, put a little respect on my name, not just like a post on Instagram, like, and then you like go do that and then post that too. Like, it's kind of lame. So I think at a certain point I just had enough.
Right.
And I mean, a decade later, I mean, how much more time did you want me to give you,
So he gets locked up.
Child, Blueface didn't give a mother f. But I feel like Blueface always felt, no matter what I did, no matter who see me as the bad guy, no matter how much I hurt this young lady, no matter how much I embarrass her or the other one, ain't nobody going nowhere. That's what he felt. I promise you, that's what he felt. He never felt like Jaidyn would pack up her ish and leave for good, because she would normally pack her shit up and bounce out. But honey, she stayed a long time. I feel for her though. I really do. I really do. But I also can say, well, Blue Feces, she ain't even speaking down on you, homie. She just, I feel like it's very classy and upscale how she's doing this interview. I don't feel like it's no shade, for real. And I don't feel like it's no love lost. She just, this is what it is. This is how I have to move. I tried, but I can't get this man no more than 10 years. Shit, I'm getting old. I can't be mean the right family person when I get 88 years old. Hey, girl, you better go, girl.
I'm living at my house and he's over there doing whatever. We had Barbie was just blowing up, so I was kind of like, what do we do now? And he wanted me to kind of sit in the house and just do nothing, and I kind of didn't really sit right with me, because I'm like, we got 2 kids, and we have to kind of keep the momentum going. Like, why are we gonna just stop? Like, and if I'm not your girl, I don't have to sit here and do nothing. Like, why are you thinking you can tell me what to do? I was more so asking for advice on how to keep going, not.
Oh. He thought when he went to jail, Jay to the mother effing Alexis, hello motherfucker, was going to sit in the house, stop her bag for him. How does that make any mother effing sense? You in there sitting there getting Crayola all over your face and your backside, probably. Wink, wink. But you think this girl, this young lady, is going to stop her bag when she got 2 kids and is a single mother? Boy, I know you lying. Who in their right mind is about to stop their bag and stop working for your ass and you in jail? Child.
Like, should I just sit here? No, it's not really what I was trying to do.
But so he wanted you to basically just chill.
Yeah.
While he was locked up for a year or 2.
Yeah.
And at the time, you didn't really know how long it was going to be.
We knew that he had at that point he had the 7 months, so it was going to be till July. But I just felt like if people are reaching out to do bookings or reaching out to do like clothing line collabs or this or that, why would I turn that down? It's only gonna produce good content for me and
exactly
my momentum going. Why would just to have me doing something? There's no reason for me to just sit and do nothing, and that's kind of where we bumped heads.
Especially you being in the background for all those years, and then when he gets locked up, you're in the middle of your first 6 months of being poppin' and being this person that's basically doing all the stuff that he previously had been the only person doing, which is doing the club appearances and the sponsorships and the videos, etc. You're not going to just want to give up the momentum just because.
Child, I won't give up my momentum.
Just all it did was add to my. It wasn't like I was going to go to the strip club and dance or something crazy. Like, it wasn't like, you know what I'm saying, or do something crazy. Like, I was just continuing to do what we were already doing. And every time I touch the mic, I'm obviously saying Free Blue. I would never just be like, yeah, I did all this by myself. Like, that's crazy,
right? And
clearly not what happened. So all I was doing was just trying to keep the momentum going. I think that's kind of where we had the disconnect about that. And
okay, so
I feel like it worked out in my favor now.
What was your plan at that time to continue to basically have him guide your music career, even if you weren't together romantically?
Yeah, I had no problem with that. I think that we definitely started doing something and it was working for us. So maybe lo and behold, that's what we were supposed to do the whole time. I don't know. And maybe we just weren't meant to be cool friends and work together. That happens. I mean, just because we're not together doesn't mean we have to stop working if it was working.
Right. And obviously you're going to be tied together through the kids and shit, no matter what.
That just makes double income for the kids. So what's wrong with that?
Right.
So.
But, okay, do you think that would have actually worked out in the long run? Because as much as I think he's a conniving businessman, or not conniving has a negative connotation, but more like a cunning businessman, at the same time, I know he loves you and has feelings for you, and especially if he feels like you're out of his control, that might not be likely to work in the long run.
I think that, yeah, I mean, I guess we wouldn't know unless it actually happened, but I think that he does have problems with not having control over certain aspects of things. Like, he likes to have the full control. So us working together and me being like, yeah, we're not together, bro. Or not listening to certain stuff he wants me to do might have been a problem later down the line. But I think if we would have just kept it going and, maybe had some type of understanding, because I'm like, at the end of the day, you have X, Y, and Z amount of people to go that you like to lay down with or whatever you like to do. And I don't think little old me should be, stopping that if you, at the end of the day, want to be with those people.
Right.
And maybe, maybe I was meant to be with a girl or something. I don't know.
Yeah, you made that clear that you're unlikely to end up with a dude if you were single.
Right.
That still stands. You're still.
Yeah, I'm really not interested in like men like that. Maybe that's just right now or whatever, but I'm really.
Girl, I understand that part right there, chick. I understand that part. Y'all can throw y'all GAY jabs in the comments. I ain't gonna get offended, I promise you.
Not interested in that. I'm really in like my softcore era with like dealing with girls and stuff like that.
Do you think that's because when it comes to men, you dealt with like arguably the most extreme toxic dude? I don't want to say toxic. It's like an oversimplification.
No, he's toxic.
But the most extreme version of a man that you could really think of in a lot of ways.
I mean, maybe yes and no. I mean, but there was plenty of times that I stepped on him with girls though. So it wasn't like it was just something that I just sprung on.
And okay, now that makes sense. And I say when she's saying she done stepped out with females on Blueface, that makes sense. Yeah. That makes sense to me because it's like I know you ain't just letting this dude play in your face like that and you ain't doing nothing. Okay. Okay, fair game. She probably said F this. You gonna be out here getting all these. And my thing with is I feel like when you tolerate a lot of bullshit from a man, from a woman, from a squirrel, from a piano, like it don't matter. When you tolerate a lot of bullshit from anybody or anything, it continues. Like the cycle continue because they're like, oh hell, you girl, shut up. You ain't doing up a crying and whining about it. You ain't going nowhere, right? And I feel like that's the mindset Blueface be having with all these females. All of them. Because he rotates everybody. And she's going to say that also. I think I seen a clip on Instagram from Circles of Blue. Shout out to you, boo. Where I think she was like, I don't want to be in no 25 a number of 25 women rotation. I'm like, ew. How do you got the time?
It's always kind of been like a little thing that I would do. Just never got out.
Damn,
I just
25
to like do that.
And would he get like very angry about you being with other women?
He was more so angry like if they were like studs or like more masculine type of girls, and like the girly girls, he kind of thought it was funny. You know, it wasn't like something that he was really super bothered by, which I still didn't get because I'm like, at the end of the day, they're all girls, but whatever, you know.
I guess I could see it. If Young M.A. took my bitch, then I would probably feel a lot different than if, you know.
That's what I be feeling. I feel like men be getting irritated because it's a woman. They be like, hold the hell up. She ain't got no whacker stick. What y'all feel about that?
Some super girly
Ruby Rose or somebody.
Ruby Rose, whatever. I can't fight Ruby Rose.
Yeah.
But realistically, Young M.A., we could scrap. I love Young M.A. But realistically, it's like there's more of a possibility.
Yeah, I mean, no, I get it, but I was like, for me, at the end of the day, they're all still females. Like, so it's not like, to me, I didn't think it was the biggest deal. But I'm like, well, maybe there's still you something and not me something, because it's like maybe I'm kind of looking for more of a masculine female, like, because you're not doing what you're supposed to do, like emotionally. You know. So I don't know.
I mean, I hear that a lot from women who date other women, which is basically that, like, the problem when you're a woman with a guy is that they're just not emotionally open enough. They don't want to talk about their feelings as much, etc. But then meanwhile, with women in lesbian relationships, that's all they do.
But you know,
talk about their feelings all the time.
Yeah, and you know what's funny is that I was dealing with like a more stud type of female, and the problem was I didn't want to be as emotional as she did. So I was kind of like, damn, am I just like really messed up in the head, or like just so traumatized that I don't like
trained.
Yeah, like, and just so traumatized that I don't want to talk about my feelings, or just kind of like submerge them so that way I don't like crash out.
Right.
I don't know, but that is kind of like my issue when I deal with girls, that I'm kind of not super willing to talk about my emotions.
Right, and that probably stands out a lot to them, right?
Yeah, because they're like, isn't that the whole reason? Like, you're like being gay right now, and I'm like, no, it's actually not. Like, it's actually not, actually.
Wait, if I had asked you when you were like, what age did you and Blue get together? And you're like 16?
No, I was just turning 14 when I met him.
Okay, at that time, had it ever even entered your mind, like, I might be gay or bisexual?
Yeah, I had, yeah, because I had already like kind of kissed girls and kind of like had a crush on girls already at that point.
Okay.
I just never like really fully acted on it as much as I did when I met him. Like, and I acted on it. I was kind of like, yeah, I need that, but wasn't. I have just kind of getting started. But I was 14, so it wasn't like I was like a mega hoe or something. Like,
but then that all kind of got put on the shelf once you got in the relationship.
Yeah, because we were pretty like mainstream in high school. Like, I was at all his football games, and we kind of were like, oh, we were like the thing at school. So I kind of didn't care about girls at that time. But when he did go away to college, I was dealing with some like a girl, but he knew that it wasn't like it was a secret, and I'm sure he was at college doing his thing too. So yeah,
interesting. And never throughout your whole life since you met him or whatever, there's never been a time where you just were around a guy and were attracted to him and considering it?
Not really. I mean, like, obviously there's attractive men in the world. Like, it's not like I'm like, oh, all guys are ugly or something. Like, obviously there's attractive men, but I've never been like I need your number, or like I want to like act and on it, or like, or like, it's just never. I mean, I'm a great wing woman, but not really what I want to do. Like, I'm not trying to go home with you. Like, what the like.
But why is that so foreign to you?
I don't know. Like, it's not something I would be more likely to go home with a girl than I would be to like go to some guy's house. Like, that's so strange to me.
It just doesn't sound right.
Yeah, it's just like so weird. I would feel so awkward, like sitting in the car with him. Like, what are we supposed to do now? Like,
I mean, when I think about it from your perspective, I guess as a guy who's spent their life, hollering at women or whatever, like the concept of going back to a girl's house doesn't sound that crazy to me. But the concept of going back to some random dude's house as a woman, knowing that 99% of felons and 99% of prisoners are men, and that women like almost never commit violent crimes. I mean, yeah, women much safer.
I mean, yeah, it's never been like my thing. I don't know. All my friends, I really don't really have a lot of like gay friends, like female gay friends. Like, I have like one or two, and all my other friends are straight. Or I'm like their first girl crush, and they're like, hey, it's cute, but like they still like men. And I'm just kind of like, that's so weird.
Wow.
Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so he gets locked up, and then how does your life proceed from there? And are you content with the idea of kind of chilling until he gets out, or are you upset about that?
We did bump heads about that because I really didn't want to sit down and do nothing. I told him even before he left, we had that discussion, and I was just like, I don't think that's the best idea. I can't promise that I'm going to do that. And I was honest about it because I just didn't think that sounded good. And it just didn't sound like, no, it's not good for artists to sit and be radio silent. I mean, that from just what I've observed. And he was upset about it. He's in jail. He's upset. He can't control stuff because he went from controlling a lot of aspects of people's lives to like not being able to be hands-on a lot. So,
baby, I'm so proud of this girl. I'm so proud. I'm just like I'm proud of her. Just like when Rock left his ass last year. Well, left him alone. When they leave this dude alone, I feel like they level up. I feel like she's glowing. I feel like this interview is so mature. She ain't throwing no shade at nobody. She just like, this is probably the best interview No Jumper ever done. I mean, all the positive comments, all the love. That's crazy. Like, I'm so proud. Like, and y'all remember like last year when everybody was shitting on her when she came out and started doing her music and stuff like that. Now I'm not proud that she stayed with this man for 10 years, but I'm proud that she's just not in his shadows anymore. And I said that last year. I have always gave a standing ovation to all of them when they're doing good. Even Blueface. Like, when you doing your daddy shit, boy, shout out. Even though that's what you're supposed to be doing, but when you're actually doing it, it's like, give these people praise when it's like praise is due. And I feel that like Jaidyn has grown, y'all. Like, from me seeing and watching her from last year to right now today, I feel like, she got a different type of glow about her. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about it in the comments. What time is it?
He was upset about it. I, tried to keep him updated as much as I can, but it just really didn't sit right with him. Right. That I was going on bookings and doing photo shoots for clothing brands and whatever. So then that's kind of more so when he started to be more mainstream. with what the old girl, and I mean, I really wasn't mad about it because I was dealing with a female anyway, so it wasn't like I was sitting here crying about it. And that's like before he left, it was already a thing, so it's not like it took me by surprise.
Right.
So it seemed like what I just got from every time she don't do something that Blueface like, or when she leave Blueface ass alone, that's when he go back over there to Rock or entertain Rock. And I feel like he knows that's like a person that can get on a James scan. Now, y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel that the baby shower and her, Rock on her knees, sucking on his, you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like that. I feel like that, honey. That memory right there ain't gonna never leave her head. Can you imagine having a baby shower at your baby daddy house, and you go in a bedroom, you see somebody on their knees, giving them some, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So,
And was that intimidating, having to do all these things in terms of putting together shoots and doing
him, I was like literally shitting bricks. I was like, what is this? Like, how am I supposed to do that? My friends were like, you got this. Like, how many times have you done this with him? You can do this without it. You know what I'm saying?
I know that's right, babe.
I don't know. Like, it's just foreign. It was foreign to me to try to go up there and just be like, just Jaidyn, and on some free blue. It wasn't like he's about to come up here and help me or something. And, I did it and it started getting easier and easier to do it by myself. But it's always obviously, people come to see us and it's like, it sucked when he wasn't there. I was kind of like, damn, like, I'm, missing my performing buddy, in a sense. So, but I, got over that hump and, now I know all my lyrics. I know that everyone was like, at first I didn't know my lyrics, obviously, like I was nervous, so you would forget shit. But now I do, and I was up there doing my thing, and it got easier and easier. So I think that, but I was also telling him, I was like, it's practice until you get out. I mean, and when he was to get out, and if we were to put on a show or get booked for something for a crazy amount of money because you'll be out and free, you would want me to suck? That's kind of weird. Like, right. You know what I'm saying? So I pictured it as more practice until he got out,
Right. Because I remember last time when we did the interview, which was about a year ago, that was like a couple days later, I went to you guys' show, and at least at one point, he was floating the idea that he was going to have you and Krishan on stage. And that was
downtown, yeah.
That was part of why I was like, okay, I absolutely have to go, because this is a very extreme scenario. Like, if they're actually all on stage, it's going to be nuts. I pull up, you're there with Blue, and I'm kind of asking people on his team and stuff. I'm like, you really think Krishan's coming? And they're kind of looking at me like, nah, I don't think so, but it ain't going down. And that did kind of feel like, oh, okay, like he knows that this is a great idea, controversy wise and content wise, but you seem like you were absolutely not into the idea.
Yeah, I was not into the idea. I don't even know how or why that would come into his mind. Like, yeah, let's just get up on stage together.
Lord.
I was definitely not having it, and it was like, and if that was the case, it just makes it awkward because it's not like it's an artist that he's never dealt with or something, and I just was being a hater or something. It's obviously someone that you deal with, and it's weird, and
you have real anger towards.
Yeah, and it's like, why would, you know what I'm saying? And then it's that question, like, so we're both here, and like, you're leaving with who? awkward as hell. So I was just kind of like, that's just not the vibe. If that was the case and you want to be so clout driven and get to the bag, you do shows with me and you do shows with her. If that's what you want to do. Because I'm not going to stop the bag if that's what you want to do, but it's going to definitely put like a hinder in our relationship. But business wise, I'll show up for my shows and you do your own thing.
Do y'all remember when Carlissa was saying, girl, they was just robbing little Krishan Rock? Like, Jay don't care long as he bring her the money. You know what I mean? Do y'all remember that when she did that? When she did that IG live and said that Blueface be bleeding Krishan Rock for money, and Jaidyn didn't mind it because he bring the money back to her. Do y'all remember that? So I feel like Blueface and Rock, right? They started this supposed to be just about business, make money. And see, my thing was, and I gave him a lot of shit, and I can come back and I can like, oh, my bad, homie, my bad. I'm sorry about that. because I thought that show is it Blue Girls Club or something like that? Blue House, whatever. I thought it was a dating thing. I didn't know he was trying to find a female rapper. I didn't know that. So my bad on that. Okay. I can go back and say that. I was like, why is a man that's in a relationship got a whole baby mama? Like, why is he doing a dating show? So somebody recently told me, like, girl, they want no damn dating show. He's trying to find him like a little rapper, somebody see what they'll do with this opportunity, da, 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 right? My bad, Blueface. Blue feces.
That's all I can do. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, yeah, go get the bag and pretty much bring it back to me. Like what?
So at this point, are you like fully?
And she just said to bring it back to me.
Relationship with him, because even when you were just calling him your
I can't.
buddy, I'm like, oh, okay, that's about as far removed from being your, future husband or whatever. That that just feels like that's very separate. And I get it, because like sometimes me and my girl aren't doing that good. Like,
why is she not here?
Why is she not here? She's actually in Vancouver. She just saw Taylor Swift's final performance last night. Yeah, she went out there for that. That would have been great. She would love to be.
I would have loved for
Let's see what they say.
Go back and see it.
Oh yeah, we should do that for sure. But like,
I love this comment. Somebody was like, I started out a rock fan. Over the years, I really love me some Jay. She really grew on me. I'm so proud of her growth and finally letting the world see the genuine sweet woman she is. Coming out of her shell, she has won me over. She is loyal, kind, blunt, caring, and seems to be a wonderful mom and a ride or die friend in person. I'm here for it. She is so humble and never in the bullshit drama and does a hell of a job not letting the drama bring her out of character. Woo! Okay. Though I don't know she did it. Shh. Blue missed out on her. We need more Jaidyn content. Oh, and they said at the hour and 11 minutes and 20 seconds is what they're speaking on. Okay. That's crazy. Now I look at the bottom and it says, you was never a Rick fan. Stop it. You really could have left that part out. Ooh. Stay over there. We good. Why they being mean to they saying Jane is growing on them and giving her flowers. So what are you talking about? What? Somebody also says she grew on me too. Amazing woman. All she needs to do was to show the world who she really is. I hope going forward she never forgets her value and continues to walk tall. It really suits her. Hold your head up high, queen. Oh my God, I be saying it a lot. And then somebody's like, bye, some fan you are. You aren't even thoughtful enough to not call her Rick. What the hell? I'm done. Why y'all call Rock Rick? I don't understand it.
Sometimes we'll be like not getting along super good, and then there's like a photo shoot or a podcast or whatever, and we gotta show up.
Who's that girl?
Super cool.
Solid, And it's,
I understand.
In that moment, you're kind of like, oh, so like, even if we're not feeling in love, we can actually kind of do this. But do you feel like that's kind of where you're at now, or?
Yeah, I'm definitely 100% not into the romantic relationship anymore. I'm down to work. I know that's gonna be hard for him because, like, getting locked up, the real world kind of stops for you.
Right.
But
you start to super rely on the girl that is holding you down out in the real world.
But he has to remember, like, before he went in, you did some shit to me, and and that was it. And I told you that it's never going to happen again. Yeah. And I know he probably was like, oh, it was going to happen. Like, because every other time it's like this, but this time I was very serious. I didn't just move out and make you get me a house for shits and giggles. Like it was, But my world didn't stop for a year and some change. His did. So I have, been able to, in a sense, like heal without him, like coming over to see the kids or whatever the sense is. I got to like actually heal from what it was that he did to me. So I'm over the romantic aspect. I would like to still keep working because I think that he's so smart business wise. And even though like everyone's like, what the fuck is he doing? But like he's very smart business wise. He's like the smartest idiot you've ever met.
I always get said about. I think Wack coined that, but
yeah, he probably did say that. But he's like the smartest dummy like you've ever seen in your life. Like, and I mean, I can't do nothing but commend him because he's obviously put so many things in motion and so many things into play for like several people, not just me. You know, obviously multiple people, but romantically, I'm pretty much over it. I do want to be with a girl, and I think that he knows that. I know that his world kind of stopped, but mine has kept going. You know,
so are you guys still in communication?
Yeah, of course.
Is he still trying to?
I mean, I think that he kind of knows that I'm over it. But I mean, if you know he wants to see some ass, I'm not gonna be like, you know, he's in jail. I'm not gonna be like a bitch. Like, hey, you know, see your ass, like whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be a bitch. I might, you know, show him some ass or something.
But you say that.
Oh Lord, no, Jaidyn, no. Well, of course, Adam, they gonna still be in contact. They got 2 kids, and they got Javon and Journey. So yeah, he gonna have communication with her. But girl, why are we showing the bun buns? She's like, I'm not gonna be a bitch, okay? I'm not gonna be a bitch. If he want to see a little bit of cheekers, you know, I'm gonna show him even the cheeks. Right? I bet he said, "Where's my name at?" Because y'all know she covered a tattoo. She covered his name off her arse.
When he gets out,
No, I don't want to be. I don't want to be back together. I think that I don't want to be on the roster of 25 people that he keeps in rotation. Like that is just so not who I am anymore.
Is there part of you that still wants to sleep with him when he gets out?
No, because he's not. He doesn't look the same anymore.
Oh.
He doesn't look the same. That's not who I had fell in love with.
Girl, you got that right. Look like my little nephew and niece, honey, done scribbled all over his face. I'm like, oh my God, I hope he gets some toilet water and scrub this shit off his face. I mean, boy, get you some professional tattoos. Why do y'all go to jail and get all this stuff? At least find like grade A, you know, people in there burning them ink pens and stuff. Crayola.
Face tattoos?
Yeah.
What about, he already had a bunch of face tattoos.
He did, but it was very more demure than it is now.
Demure.
Yeah, it's not the same anymore.
Really?
Yeah, and I mean, granted, maybe when I see him, it might feel different, but that's not really the style that I was going for.
Really? Because, I mean, he did get him in prison, so they're not going to be the best quality.
Yeah, and that's kind of like where I'm disappointed at. I was like, if that's kind of like what you wanted to do, you could have definitely went to, like, a tattoo artist out here and did that.
Right.
I don't think that in there was the best way to do it. And, like, it's, like, kind of dirty.
Yeah, I mean, getting tattoos on the outside, it's like you got a million other things to do, so it doesn't feel that attractive to me. But yeah, I guess if I was locked up and there was somebody doing pretty good tattoos, I could see myself going for it. Even
but
though
not on the face.
The face is crazy.
Like the back or your.
But that wasn't a good tattoo artist. Whoever put that on his face, Lord have mercy. Hell, I could have did better with one of my feet.
Like, I don't know. Like, how do you just trust someone to just tat your face? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
And that's what I love about him is that he just refuses to act like a successful millionaire. He's like, no, I'm getting a bunch of face tattoos in prison.
Yeah, I mean, I wish he wouldn't have done that. I wish he would have waited until like he got out if that was what he wanted to do. But I mean, he never listens to anybody, so I don't think that even if me giving him my opinion that he would have even cared. But
I was thinking about the other day is that they just don't make face tattoo guys like they used to. Back 2017, 2018, it felt like every other week there was some new cute little face tattoo kid, the Lil Xans of the world and the whoever's. And now you just don't really see that too often.
I mean, maybe he was trying to set a new trend or something. I don't know. I didn't necessarily agree with it when I saw it, though. I mean, I wish he would have waited and maybe thought about it a little harder, but he's very impulsive, so it's not like I don't think anybody giving their opinion would have mattered to him.
Right.
So,
does it bother you in particular that he got Krishan's face tattooed or whatever?
I was more disappointed in the fact that he got my daughter's name like around the same time, and I just kind of felt like that, like she's 2 years old now. When Javon, our son, was born, like days later, we both went and got his name. So waiting 2 years to like get her name and then try to like balance it out because like you got her name is just like kind of like lame to me.
So it pisses you off the idea that he's sort of having to like compensate for getting his daughter's name tattooed by also keeping his other girl. If he is going to be dealing with other girls, you'd like it to be a situation in which he's not having to like fall in line and obey.
I feel like the kids should come first. Like nobody in this world would be mad or tell me something about our kids, even if it was a man. You couldn't tell me nothing like about if I wanted to go. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna go tap one of their names and then try to tap their name because they're gonna get mad. Like absolutely not. Yeah. I wouldn't care if you. Actually, I'm gonna tat it twice. Okay. Like, what is that? So I don't like that he tried to like compensate for it, but I mean, that's their dynamic. I mean, I don't know what's going on, but that's more so what disappointed me. I was like, because like, why did you have to do it around the same time, and why is her name so small? You know what I'm saying? Like Javon's is big as hell. It's like on his forearm or whatever. So I'm just kind of like, I didn't like that, and that type of stuff does matter. You know, people do clock that kind of stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
So is she saying that Rock seen that he got his daughter name and he had to go get Rock name? Are a lot of people also saying that maybe he was getting his son name? I mean, hey. Is that what she's saying? That like, because I like, my thing is, okay, when he had all his freedom, he wasn't in jail. He never got Krishan anywhere. So I really don't feel that Rock got any control over him getting a name. I really don't. But that's just my opinion. I feel that I also feel that, he see Rock trying to pull away, and it's a struggle for her because she feel that he put her on, and I love the fact that Ronnie came out and he was like, man, Rock was going to make it regardless. Without me, without Blueface, she was going to shine, right? But is that what she's saying in this moment? Correct me if I'm wrong. If she ain't saying that, cool. If she is, what?
But have you visited him while he's been locked up?
When he was in the county, out here in LA, I did go see him about 4 or 5 times. But it was the fans are crazy and book appointments or like do weird stuff, and I don't even know if they actually go to see him. But they had like, and then like I don't know if the jail started catching on and would like block his thing off, so it would be really hard to get an appointment to go see him in the county, and that was behind the glass on the phone, so it wasn't like a super great visit. And it's 30 minutes only.
You think that they would be able to control that more easily?
Yeah, I think that at first it was like the fans doing it, and then once the jail like caught on to who and what was going on, that sorry, my sweater. That they had to like block it off, so it would be really hard to like get an appointment.
It's crazy because being in jail is probably so boring that talking to some random fan for a half hour.
100%. Sounds alright. That's probably why he, gets caught talking to all these girls that he used to bang, and I'm sure. I mean, knowing him, he was already doing that when he was out and had a million things to do. So I'm having like 0 things to do. I'm sure like that contributes to it. And then he went into when he got transferred, there was like a period of time where he couldn't get any visits and he barely could use a phone. And then now that he's at North Current State or whatever it's called, he just started getting into like being able to send out like visitation forms. I already, turned mine in, so I'm just kind of waiting for approval. But that kind of stuff they take mad long to like get back to you and stuff. So as soon as I have my approval good and go, I'm gonna definitely go see him. I mean, he has 9 more months to do. So I mean, I'm not about to just let him sit there.
For sure. Do you think his mom's right that he'll get the tattoos removed when he gets out?
I don't think he's gonna get them removed because I just don't see him doing that. But I could see him maybe covering up what's her name's name if something was to happen. I don't think that he's gonna remove them though. That's a really like painful process, and a lot of the tattoos he has are like really dark. Yeah. So it's gonna take several sessions, and
you might never get rid of it.
Yeah, it's still gonna be like a faint situation. So like, what, you're gonna have to cover that? I don't.
She basically said she can see him removing what's her name, aka Krishan Rock. Well, not removing, but replacing it, like doing a tattoo, like covering it with something else. I can see that too, because it looked like Rock does the same thing, like when they're on the outs and when she's trying to leave, and she's covering his name and face with the rose, and put the face on her face. Like, yeah, it looked like a tit for tat thing with him and Rock. Um, I don't, honey. I just don't understand the dynamic, honey. Woo! He must got some. Never mind. No, he must got some good pain. Damn.
No, he's not gonna do that.
Yeah, you have to get it blasted like a million times to really get rid of it.
Yeah, and
especially
it's
if
super
it's hard.
painful.
Yeah. I've done a bunch of those back in the day.
Mhm.
But okay, how much of this, like, when you're in a relationship with somebody and it's public, part of the drama is that each person has fans, and those fans are going to basically push you in whatever direction they think is right for you. And I can imagine, from your perspective as a woman, that a lot of your fans probably were urging you to not be with him in the same way. How much of that do you think, like, kind of permeates your brain?
I think that I obviously see I mean, we all see the same stuff. I see it as y'all see it, but it never, like, even when he just started and like barely people were catching on to who I was, because I was really trying to like stay back. I still would see stuff and I still would hear it, but it always sticks with you. But it never made an impact in the decisions that I made, because I'm like, at the end of the day, it's still the internet.
Mm-hmm.
People can have their opinion, but you're not living in it. You don't walk the same walk that I walk, as much as you might think it. But a lot of my truer fans are kind of like, whatever you want to do, I support it. And that's kind of more so like the support that I care about.
Because, like, women are on average a little bit more sensitive, or like in my situation, my girl gets a lot less shit than me. So if she gets 100 DMs about something, she's gonna really notice, as opposed to me, where I could get a million DMs and it's just like it doesn't really hit me in the same way.
That what kind of blows my mind, because y'all be letting internet opinions really bother y'all. Y'all be tweaking out. Y'all be thinking. I mean, I'll be like, what the hell is this? Like, why do people care if somebody like them or dislike them? Not everyone in the real world is going to like you. Who cares? But the thing is, always be the bigger person. Always have a space where everybody can pop they ish and talk they ish and rant about they ish. Like, however you feel, put that shit on display. You don't have to like whoever. Do y'all see Tasha K? Like, a lot of people don't like her, but they still be over there. She done dragged the shit out of Junior, saying he's a heel, have eyes. She dragged the shit out of Rock for drinking and smoking while pregnant. But she still have supporters. A lot of people's not going to agree with you, and that's not what this is about. It's like, agree to disagree and keep it moving. Next.
Excited about it? Like, where are you at with that?
I've been working on a couple things. I haven't put nothing up because I'm like, without him here to like really critique me, it's a little strange, because he was critiquing me so hard, and that we were pushing that brand, and I'm just like, it's a lot different when he's not there with you, or like if you just have to play something for him, it's so different because he's not the ear that's there.
Right.
So I'm working on stuff. I'm a little reluctant to like put it out there, but I do want to put out more music. I do want to continue to do music. I like me going on reality TV or whatever wasn't the main goal to just become like a reality TV star, although it was an amazing experience, but I definitely want to continue to do music. And I didn't realize that, like, when I first put out my first song, I was kind of like, I'm just gonna see how it goes. Like, it wasn't so like I have to become a star with music. Now I'm kind of like, I like what I do. Like, I like that people like to listen to me too.
Right.
And like that, no, I can go to the grocery store, people are singing my lyrics like as I'm going to the car. Like, that's cool.
Right. I'm not gonna lie to you, that was one of the craziest things I've ever witnessed in my whole time doing music. Is that when you first announced that you were going to be doing music or whatever, I didn't even really think about it that much. And then to have the songs hit hard enough that all of a sudden it's like the default TikTok sound that, like, girls that I know, but who I know don't know who you guys are using it as their songs on TikTok, like porn star girls and stuff. And I'm just like, whoa, like, this is.
I told y'all that third song, Barbie, honey. I told you when it came out, I was like, yo. I said, yo, this one right here go blow y'all. I don't care what nobody say. Like, I swear I said that. I have the video. I like just listening to it over and over and over, the beat, like the sound, like I just knew that song was going to be a hit, and shit, it was a hit. And clock that T.
working on a level that I never would have ever predicted.
He's an evil genius.
Yeah. Well, how much of that do you give to him versus your own?
I mean,
input?
I feel like I'm the voice, and I like I would like. I like to go in there, like how we were doing it is like I like to go in there and I like ask for his opinion and I give him the topics that I want. Obviously, he's a helping hand to me because it's like sometimes I don't know how to like put it to the beat. Obviously, I'm new. Me writing my first song, it's kind of like I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of just going in there, but everything that I talk about is me like I'm like, help me word this, like how do I, or what would sound better, or does this sound good? And and he's like, that's what I miss about him being around, is that like we were a really good duo when it came to the studio. I know that he would be on live and he'd be cussing me out and all that, but that was like the best part, because
the best part.
good if I kept and he was correcting me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I do when it comes to making music. Yeah, I do.
It's interesting because like I remember seeing a clip of Academic saying that he basically like sacrificed his own rap career in order to blow up. Really, he was talking about Kashawn, but I guess like in a similar way, you could kind of say it about you. Do you think that that's true?
No, I think that when he gets out, he's probably going to go full throttle and probably have so much more to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, sure. Okay, when he was here, maybe to others, like he was kind of repetitive of talking about kind of the similar situations that he was going through, and like because we all see it in real time. But now that he's been gone for like almost a year now, and then he's probably going to do another 8 months. He has plenty to talk about now. I'm sure all the ideas that's running through his mind, just because he's not writing it down, or he has plenty to talk about now.
Because when you think about it, it's easy to make popular music if you're rapping about a bunch of gangster and street shit, and it's harder to make music if you're gonna rap about some fly shit or some get money shit or whatever. Like at least in 2024, the fans are just more interested in hearing about a bunch of crazy street shit or whatever.
More relatable.
And when he came out, he's rapping about all this gangster ass shit, and then pretty quickly it kind of like he does Tatiana. All of a sudden he's getting motion for doing other types of music that are a little bit more cleaned up. And then I feel like he's somebody who's pretty true to himself, where most of his music doesn't really focus on a bunch of crazy violence and street shit because that's just not really where he's at in his life right now. But he's been locked in this box for a year. It'll be almost 2 years by the time he gets out. So he's gonna be surrounded by all of this sort of shit, and I wonder how much that'll
I think that he will come out and definitely surprise a lot of people. I think that people probably will think that he's not gonna put his all into it, but I think he will. I definitely think he will, because he loves to prove people wrong in like the slickest way. So he'll come out and do his big one. I do.
Definitely. Did it bother you or when you saw the baby on the other side come out looking kind of Charles Barkley-ish?
Adam.
What does that mean,
Adam? What are you doing, yo? Oh my. Well, hey, Blueface did say it. Mr. Porter did say it. So if y'all gonna be mad at anybody, be mad at Blueface. He the one came out saying that ain't my baby. He said that's Charles Barkley, baby. I feel like a lot of people be forgetting that shit. And then you see these people with no self-esteem out here like, oh yeah, Rock won. She got Blueface. That's not, Blueface ain't a win. And then y'all be like, oh, you just won it with Jaidyn. And then when he was with Jaidyn, y'all was like, oh, Rant, you just won it with Rock. No, I said the motherfucker needs to go do some therapy. That's what I said. Don't be trying to say I said I want to hear with nobody. Because it's a man out here calling y'all bitches and hoes, frogs and toads. And I hear like putting hands and got y'all in a 25 women rotation. No, I think not. I never said that.
Well, at one point, he even said that he thinks that the baby might be Charles Barkley's baby. I think he was kidding.
I think that I would hope that he's kidding. I think that it's hard for me to, because it's like that baby was had on me, so it's hard for me to have some type of opinion about what's going on, because I'm just like, I don't wish no ill on. I really don't wish no ill on anybody, or even a baby in particular. I want things to work out the best that they can work out, because some stuff is just not okay. You know what I'm saying? And as a mother, I don't agree with all his decisions, like, posting certain stuff or, whatever, or saying certain stuff about a baby. I don't agree with everything he's done. No, I don't, because I'm a mother.
So she do not agree with him, like, bashing Christian Rock, son, like Christian Jr., right? She never agreed with that, and she probably was like, yo, stop talking about that damn baby like that. Because, honey, I don't know who was worse. Was it Blueface, Carlissa, or Tasha K? I mean, I'm like, damn. I mean, yo. So she don't agree with how he was handling the stuff with, Junior.
But I do want things to get settled and taken care of in the best way that they can. Right. I feel like that's all I can do, because it's hard for me to it's hard for me to even be sympathetic, because it was happened to me and on me, rather than me just like being a fan that's seeing it. And obviously, if you're a fan, you're kind of more like, what's going on? But me, I'm kind of like, I want it to work out the best way that it can.
My whole thing is that I'm willing to accept people being drug addicts, smoking weed, drinking all the time, whatever you want to do. But when you get to the point where your desire to get fucked up is greater than your desire to have a healthy baby,
ooh, Lord.
That to me is probably like one of the most evil things that I could imagine a person doing. It's like knowingly creating a situation in which their kid's probably going to have issues, at the very least, that are going to affect them for all the time. I mean, maybe I'm lucky because I've been surrounded by women who take their motherhood pretty seriously.
Yeah.
Ooh, child. Adam said it is very evil of Christian Rock to get drunk, drink, smoke, while she was pregnant. I just say this, and I ain't making no excuses, y'all, because I don't yeah. I don't even know people that do that. I swear to God, I don't. But the fact is, I feel that she really thought she's going to abort, the baby. So I don't feel like she knew that she was going to keep him at the time. So I feel like she didn't look at it like that. That's just my opinion. Y'all can say how y'all feel about it. But he said that is very evil for anyone to do, put alcohol and smoking in front of having a healthy baby. That's what he's saying.
That is just like so beyond the pale of what I could ever accept for somebody. That is just so.
I mean, I agree.
And I know you're hesitant to like fully cast judgment and everything, and obviously, like, you got to just love the kid no matter what.
Yeah.
But that, like, even just seeing people make jokes about it, I mean, I guess I can't blame them for making jokes.
The jokes are it's really out of pocket, because at the end of the day, that's that's a human being that's is suffering in more ways than one. And I mean, there's nothing that us outsiders can do really to help the situation, so we all just kind of have to just hope for the best. But it is hard to watch. I will say that it is hard to watch, but like I said, it's hard for me because it's like it happened on me, and it's like, my hands are tied. Like, I can't do too much. I do want there to be some type of answer. I know there's like a lot of questions about who is the dad and what's going on. I mean, I would love there to be like a solid answer, because obviously at the end of the day, that will affect my kids if it is. So
she basically want, because you got Blueface saying, I ain't the daddy, I am the daddy, I ain't the daddy, Charles Barkley the daddy, the ex is the daddy. So a lot of people, I'm gonna just say this, y'all look crazy as hell. Y'all look crazy as hell to be like, Rock got Blueface. Do y'all? It's like people forget how all this stuff like even came about the rumors of this might not be this man's son, right? He pushed that narrative out there, and everybody ran with it, right? He said the test was fake. He said it was Charles Barkley baby. He said, well, he posted the baby, whatever that thing was. What was it? No. He posted the baby situation, okay, below, and put it on Twitter, right? He said all that. He said Rock was sleeping with multiple men. So I feel that people look crazy as hell, because y'all ain't gonna ever see me say, look who got Blueface. I ain't gonna never say that shit. because Blueface need to work on Blueface. Blueface need to heal whatever broken bullshit he got going on within. All right, y'all. That's part one. I would give y'all part two probably tonight. I got to go. All right. So y'all let me know how y'all feel about everything in the comment section. Pop your ish, talk your shit, rant about it, rant about it, rant about it. All right. Y'all remember to protect your energy and peace no matter what. Okay. Life is life. Life is going to happen no matter what. Don't stop in your tracks. Don't be at a standstill. Don't let no internet bullish affect your day. Put that smile on, dust the hate off, and keep going, baby. All right, that's all I have for you guys in this clip. This is part one. Part two will be dropping tonight. I promise. Okay. I love y'all. I'm a blessing. 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 I'm a blessing.